Margaret Rabushija Namubiru has led a number of education specialists, saying the exercise cannot be valid, yet we are still under lockdown and schools have not yet been opened.
Or let me call it private institution, that they have to go and re-register. I don't know what the motive is, but me, as a human being, my heart goes to those people and I sympathize with them, because for the last 2 years they have not made any money, any profit. In fact, they are in debts.
Don't see any justification for registering schools again. Why? These schools were registered. They were closed when they were performing. Now, when you call them back to register, it means you are going to spend the money that you don't have, and you are calling back at the staff at school to give you the data you want to fill in the registration of the schools.
Where, for instance, they go to cabinet, they make their decisions, before they bring them to parliament for debate, they're already making public statements. So as parliament, we are not aware of that policy.
I do not agree when you tell schools to, because you tell schools to go back and register again, meaning that right now they don't exist. And when they are fully registered, and they also have centers.
The Shadow Minister of Education, Brendan Nabukenya, says the act is to try and drive school proprietors out of business indirectly.
Between now and when they say schools should open. So I think it is one way of failing schools from starting or opening. Just an excuse to have schools be closed while they do their things, because I don't know why it is coming now. They should have talked about it immediately when the lockdown came in. That would allow, because it would give us enough time, or give also the schools enough time, the administrators, to actually work on this requirement.
The Member of Parliament for Kalungu, Joseph Gonzaga Seungu, who doubles as the expert in education, confirms that this act of re-registration of private schools was not announced in good faith.
The intention of registering schools again. If some schools have closed, that will be seen when the term resumes. So me, I would think that anything that's going to be done to schools must be done when schools are reopened again, not when they are under closure. Because even teachers don't have money to go and sit in offices.
No decision, because for us as parliament, we are not aware of it. And somehow, somewhere, the ministers are taking parliament for granted.
But if you say the existing schools, those that are registered, and those who have been working, and also have been centers that they go back to register, you're making them work hard when actually they don't have the resources, because it involves money.
They say that the procedure of re-registering of schools is not a simple task, so they need to be given enough time to fulfill this work of registration of private schools.
Telling the other ones who have not withdrew to come back and register. That is, I condemn such kind of an act, a decision by the single-handedly minister to just come out and make statements formally without parliament knowing. But also, it is also one way of cheating a poor Ugandan who has decided to invest in the education sector to help the government to make sure that they educate our pupils in this country.
Godfrey Chiinji, BTM News Today.
Kamusabe ensonga eyo bagiyimirize nga bukyali, kubanga amasomero magale okuregistaringa essomero kinvolvinga ebintu bingi, okutambula, okumanya abaana biki ebigakwatako biki.